Good afternoon, Loyalsock Township Middle School. So as you know, today's afternoon professional development is to prepare us for instruction in the event of a quarantined, remote, or hybrid condition using the combination of synchronous and asynchronous instruction. If you are not already, it'll be expected to work within these conditions after we return from Thanksgiving break on Tuesday, December 1st, as our quarantine numbers continue to grow, and we could be asked to switch, if you didn't hear already from yesterday through Governor Wolf, to a different learning environment at any given time with short notice. Thanks to the many of you who have already implemented ideas from our hybrid and remote or quarantined learning guide, lesson plan template, and student expectations document that was just shared on Friday with our students and families. These upcoming exemplar videos from our own staff will show you 5 different methods to consider, whether it's live in your own classroom, showing off live smart notebooks, using a hybrid or quarantine approach, posting asynchronous lessons, or what to do if you're quarantined yourself.
All right, so good morning. Today is November 18th. Go ahead and put the date on your paper. And today we're going to look at how to solve multi-step equations, but they might have one solution, or no solution, or infinite solution. So our warm-up today says which equation has a solution of 10, and then we have to explain how you arrived at your answer. Okay? So one way that we could do this is we could actually take this answer of 10 and we could plug it in for the A and see, does 10 make this equation true? So we could write 3 minus 4 times 10 equals 5 times 10 minus 3. This is one way we could check and see if 10 is a solution. If we do this work, we would multiply on this side first, but over here we have what? What do we have right here? We have a distributed property, or we have parentheses. So if we have parentheses, we want to do that part first. So what is 10 minus 3? 7. So this side would be 5 times 7. This side would be 3 minus 4 times 10. If we multiply first, we would have 3 times 40 equals 35. Somebody help please. What's 3 minus 40? 8. Check your calculator. 3 minus 40.
Negative 37.
Negative 37. Does negative 37 equal 35? No. Since this is not true, 10 is not a solution to this equation. That's one way we could find out if 10 is a solution. Another way we could find out is to actually solve the equation.
So good morning. Today is November 18th, and we're going to be solving equations that could have infinite solutions, no solution, or one solution. So for our warm-up today, which equation has a solution of 10? And then explain how you arrived at your answer. You might decide to start solving each of these equations. That's one way you could figure out which equation has a solution of 10. You could also plug the 10 in for the A. That would be a different way to solve this equation and see if 10 is a solution. So you could actually do 3 minus 4 times 10 equals 5 times 10 minus 3. This would be 3 minus 40 equals 5 times 7. That would be negative 37 equals 35, which is not true. So 10 is not a solution to this equation. We'd have to move on and try a different one. Again, we can solve each equation. We'll try that again on problem B, or we could plug the 10 in. So let's try problem B a different way. Let's actually solve it and see if we get the answer of 10.
Let's get compound sentences now. So click on that packet. And again, send that into your good notes. In your current document.
Holy paper.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot.
And then another blank page.
Right, so again, open up using the 4 squares once it's in there. Add in another blank page. And this time call it.
Look at the rules for capitalization. Our first rule that we're looking at today is capitalizing people's names and initials. We also capitalize titles and abbreviations when they come before a name or when they follow a name. Capitalization, including family relationships, only when a title is used. So for example, if we say Aunt Grace, we would capitalize Aunt Grace. Let's look at our first sentence. My younger brother Bob likes to read Dr. Seuss books. So looking at the sentence, we would not capitalize brother because it does not have a specific name following it. We would, however, capitalize the B in Bob because it is a specific name of a person. Dr. Seuss is also a specific name of an author, so that as well would need capitalization. In 1776, Washington was our president. Washington is a specific name.
First section here, we're going to be looking at basic structure of atoms and start looking at some center part is called the nucleus. All right, the nucleus you can see here in the middle of the screen is made up of protons and neutrons. Okay, protons and neutrons are in the nucleus.
In your own words, who can tell me what is denotation? What's denotation? I see an arm in the back. I don't see attention. Serenity. Go ahead.
Nice and loud. The literal meaning of the word.
Excellent. So denotation is the literal meaning of the word. And in other words, that's the word, the definition you'll see in the dictionary. So denotation is when you look up a word, it's the definition you're going to read. It's pretty straightforward. Who can tell me what connotation is? Justin?
An idea or feeling or word of the joke.
Excellent. So there are 2 ways we can look at, as your answers come in, I'm checking them to see if they're right. And there's something that a couple of you did that I just want to point out. So I'm going to ask you to pause in what you're doing and just look up at the board for a minute. I'm going to show you something. This, a few people made this mistake, so I want to show it to you. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so I want to bring up the posters. And some of you are, I think, just a little confused by, but who can tell me what denotation is?
What?
Trevor, what's denotation?
The literal meaning of the word.
Okay, so when we say literal meaning, what does that mean?
It's like, you want me to answer this one?
Kendall, I'll call him Kendall for this. Go ahead, Kendall. Okay, great job. Good job on that, guys. I'm gonna project again, and we're going to look at a chart. I'll show you where to go with it. Mrs. Parent, you can help me project?
Yep, I'm ready.
Thank you. Okay, so you guys have this chart in Classroom, so if we go back to classwork, I'm just gonna exit this and take you into the classwork. If you come down into this week's work and go to 1119 connotation chart, we're gonna take a look at that chart.
Share my screen here, guys. And we'll go over the bell ringer. If you don't have the equation, I'm just gonna ask that you write it down so you have it for Friday.
I don't know what the value of x is, but whatever that value is, we can add it to itself. And then 3x's are going to be that
I'm gonna
value.
stop there with your notes. We're not gonna kill it today there. I need you to take out your bell ringer sheet though, so I can do your word gen before we go on. Adam?
I think it influenced it a little bit because maybe they stopped caring about what they were wearing and they focused more on doing good.
No, I like that point too, Adam. I didn't think about that. I don't know if anyone said that earlier, but I agree. Maybe that was part of the big issue with the violence. I mean, people weren't then being able to have the choice to pick what they were wearing to match certain groups. So maybe that reduced it in large amounts there. Okay, nice job, guys.
Can I put emojis?
Yeah, as long as they're appropriate. Okay, I'm gonna start the game kit here in a few seconds. If you missed the code, it's at the top here, 29297.
At this time of year, there is still so much to be thankful for. So thanks for continuing to overcome so many of these challenges brought on by 2020. Remember, be respectful, be responsible, be kind, and be courageous. In everything we do and say, be a Lancer.